The New York Jets finally traded for Aaron Rodgers, and they had to give up a ton to do it, but I do think it was worth it. But super quick, massive shout out to McFry for the suggestion of today's video. Go drop him a sub, their link is in the description. And of course, if you want a shout out just like that one, all you gotta do is let me know what team to do next. And of course, when I pick your comment, I'll give you a shout out, rebuild the team you want me to, and it helps me know what y'all want to see, so it's a win-win-win. But we did very well with the like goal on the last video, so let's up it a tiny bit again. Let's see if we can get to 120 likes, and if we can, I will have another video out on Sunday. And imagine if everybody liked these videos, we would be at like 2,000 likes on each video easily, so if you do it listening right now, we would easily hit the goal, so I would very much appreciate it. And also, we're like 15 subs away from 3K at the time of recording this, so if you're not already, be sure to subscribe and share with a friend you think might enjoy, because we are very close to 3K. But very last thing, be sure to turn on notifications if you want to be one of the first people to ever see these videos and ensure you never miss one. But that's enough plugging. I'm really excited to get into this rebuild, so get your drinks, get your snacks, get whatever. This is going to be a fun one. But obviously, Aaron Rodgers is now officially a New York Jet. We knew it was going to happen for like almost 2 months, but then a report came out that they got back into trade talks and they made the trade within a day. Now, obviously, this is kind of Super Bowl or bust for the Jets. This is like the Rams trading for Matthew Stafford cranked up. I don't know for sure if Aaron Rodgers will retire after this year, but he might, so we'll just have to see. But I'm not too worried about the future of this team. Obviously, after the Rams won their Super Bowl, their team just fell off a cliff because they couldn't afford anybody anymore. We don't really have to worry about that here. I mean, we have really young players like Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Mekhi Becton, Elijah Vera Tucker that aren't going to need contracts for a while, so they can just kind of sit here and develop for a few years, and this team can slowly become really nice. And defensively, you obviously have a really good corner room, a really good defensive line. I don't love the defensive tackle depth, but it's not bad. Well, it is pretty bad, but it doesn't really matter. The linebacker group is definitely a bit questionable. I do like CJ Mosley though, but outside of him, you're not really working with a lot. I liked the addition of Chuck Clark, but yeah, overall, I'm very excited to get into this rebuild. Oh yeah, one more thing I guess I should mention is if Aaron Rodgers does retire, we're going to be in an interesting situation, because do we want to stick with Zach Wilson or do we want to replace him? I know Jets fans obviously hate him. I guess that's for valid reason. He was terrible last year. But I mean, everyone acts like there's absolutely no hope for his future, and he's already committed too many sins and now he must burn in hell. Players can develop, y'all know that, right? Like, you never know. Aaron Rodgers could teach him a few things and fix him. You never really know. So I don't know. We'll see what we do. If there is a good option at QB available, then we'll probably replace Zach Wilson. But if there isn't, then we'll just stick with Zach Wilson for a year and then figure it out from there. Unless Aaron Rodgers just never retires, which is possible, but he probably will. And the part I don't like about this is like I was saying, the Jets made this move to go for like a Super Bowl run right now, but we're probably gonna suck here. Madden is not realistic, clearly, so we'll probably go like 7-10 and miss the playoffs. I mean, you never know, maybe we'll make them, but I don't know, we'll just have to see. But with that, let's get to the midseason point of year number 1 and let's see how we can do. At the midseason point of year number 1, we're only 3-4. How is this team only a 78 overall, by the way? I mean, we don't really have many holes, especially on offense. And then on defense, I guess the linebackers and safeties are just bad. I did sign Myles Jack just because I really didn't love this team's linebacker room. But yeah, I don't know. I thought we would be better. What the fuck is that hair? Ugh. But yeah, like I was saying, I was thinking we would be better, but it is what it is. It's only year 1. Hopefully Aaron Rodgers doesn't retire after this year, but we'll see. He's not doing great. I mean, the picks are high. Everything else is pretty good. Breece Hall's doing really bad. Mecole Hardman is our leading receiver. Yikes. Our line's doing pretty well. I'm surprised we're only 3-4. Our stats are pretty good. We're not getting a whole lot of pressure at all. We are getting a lot of picks though. Bryce Hall already with 3. I don't know how we're only 3-4. Our stats are really good. I guess just Breece Hall isn't doing well and Aaron Rodgers isn't doing super great. I don't know. Kind of weird. But we have some re-signings here. Oh, just kidding. We have negative 6.1 mil in cap base. Okay. Apparently we don't have re-signings signings here. Well, with that, let's get to the end of year number 1 and let's see how we can finish. At the end of year number 1, we actually did make the playoffs, going 11-6. That's really surprising considering where we were at the midseason. I see Matt Ryan up there for top quarterbacks in the league. That's fun. But let's see how the team did. Aaron Rodgers was okay. 4,200 yards, 35 touchdowns, but 14 picks. Not a super amazing season from the, four-time MVP. 1,200 yards for Breece Hall, 4.3 per carry, 10 touchdowns. Bit of a rebound for him. Definitely finished well. 1,300 yards for Garrett Wilson led the team with 10 touchdowns. 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns for Hardman. 900 yards and 2 touchdowns for Corey Davis. And only 500 yards, but 11 touchdowns for Tyler Conklin. Blocking was actually, surprisingly really good for Madden. Dwayne Brown allowed the most sacks with 8. Mekhi Becton was a monster. Laken Tomlinson was really good. Elijah Vera Tucker was solid. Connor McGovern was really good. So really good offensive line here. I can't wait for it to be the worst in the NFL next year. That's going to be super fun. Myles Jack led the team with 144 tackles, 127 for CJ Mosley. Tackles for loss, we had 18 from Quinnen Williams, 16 from John Franklin Myers, and then 12 from Carl Lawson and Jermaine Johnson as a rookie. And then sacks, we had 11.5 from Quinnen Williams, 10.5 from Jermaine Johnson. He didn't even get full starting snaps. He only got 766. Damn, he was really good. We'll definitely have to start him next year. We had 10 for John Franklin Myers and 7 for Carl Lawson. Interceptions, 6 for Bryce Hall led the team. We had 2 from Myles Jack. I almost said Jalen Carter. Michael Carter, but not the running back Michael Carter, the cornerback Michael Carter. Michael Carter 2. And then DJ Reed also had 2 picks, and then Chuck Clark and Sauce Gardner each had 1. We were 23rd in offensive yards, but 6th in, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We had a better offense than defense, but our offense was bad and our defense was good. Yeah, that makes sense. We were 11th in points allowed for defense, so I'm surprised we went 11-6. None of our stats were crazy. Well, I guess our D-line did really well and our O-line, but for some reason our scoring and yards weren't that good, so I don't know. Josh Allen wins MVP here. Carson Wentz on the Falcons. What team was Matt Ryan on? He wasn't up here? He must have threw 25 interceptions. I don't know. But no Jets up here. Offensive player of the year goes to Deontay Johnson. That's kind of a weird one. No Jets. Defensive player of the year goes to Myles Garrett. No Jets. Garrett Wilson wins offensive rookie of the year with Breece Hall at number 2. And defensive rookie of the year does go to Jermaine Johnson. Sauce Gardner at number 8. So overall, really successful first year. I don't think we're gonna jump in yet though, just because it is year 1. Jump into the playoff game, I mean. With no context, that sounds really weird, but I think you knew what I meant. For this, we're gonna go play it cool. That's what I always do. And yeah, let's just simulate this out and see if we can somehow get a win against the Chargers. And we kind of smoke them. We win 34-17. Well, we have a recap for the first of many. This is gonna give us staff points or something. Nothing crazy, but I guess it helps. Mikey McDingle was schlumped back there. What the fuck? He was big chilling. God, I said the last time I did the Jets, I said this team is really confusing because they have Bryce Hall, and then they have Breece Hall, and then they have Bryce Huff, and then they obviously have Michael Carter and Michael Carter II. It's just a really confusing team. But in the divisional, we're going to be taking on the Baltimore Ravens. I have no idea why I said it like that. I just felt like it, apparently. I guess let's just simulate it out again. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know what I'm saying? But the Baltimore Ravens, let's see if we can get a win. And we unfortunately do lose 20-17, but it is only year 1. The only problem is we'll see if Aaron Rodgers retires, but if not, we could be set up really well for next year. Let's get into the offseason and let's see what happens. That's a weird Super Bowl. I mean, it might be a realistic one if they had better coaching staffs. I feel like the Ravens coaches are overhated. Ravens fans want John Harbaugh out of there, but he's really the only reason that team is good. Is that fair to say? I don't know. Because he kind of created a scheme around Lamar Jackson to make him as effective as he could. He kind of created their recent success. They've just been really unlucky with injuries, it seems like. They're like the Chargers from 4 years ago or whatever. I guess the Chargers still kind of have that luck. And then the Cowboys, Mike McCarthy's a dog shit coach. I'm sorry. He's not very good, but that roster is really nice. We do have an upgrade here for Mr. Jermaine Johnson. We'll go run stopper. Did he get a dev trait upgrade? He did. He went up to superstar depth, so we're definitely going to start him next year. And I guess we'll trade away Carl Lawson. Is that the play? I'm just scarred from Carl Lawson because I remember trading him away in a rebuild and having him win Defensive Player of the Year for another team. But whenever I use him, he doesn't do well, of course. So there isn't really anything I can do about that. I feel like franchise always puts you at a disadvantage, which is just kind of annoying, but whatever. Yeah, it would save a lot of money to get rid of Carl Lawson. I think we'll do that. I don't know who we're going to trade him to, but we'll see. And then in terms of re-signings, we do have a tiny bit. Oh, wait, a lot of money freed up. We have 51 mil. I thought it said 7 mil earlier. Well, we'll definitely take that. Bryce Huff, they did re-sign him in real life. He's not necessary here, but 3 years, 28.2 mil isn't bad for a good player. He's not interested though, so honestly, I don't think he's going to take it, but I don't want to pay him more than this. So let's see if he takes it. He doesn't. It's unfortunate, but that's just how it be sometimes. Zonovan Knight, I didn't realize he was up for a contract. We'll re-sign him. He re-signs for like 4 years, whatever the hell that was. I don't know what the money was there. Miles Jack was pretty solid, but he's not interested. Let's see if he takes 5 years, 40. That's a long contract for Miles Jack. He's probably not even going to take it. He does. Okay. So hey, at the very least, we have another solid linebacker in our group. Hamza Nasir-Dean, I guess we'll re-sign for like 3 years, 8.4. That works. And other than that, I guess we're just going to let everybody else go. I mean, they're not necessary here, and they're all kind of older in-depth pieces. So with that, let's get into free agency and let's see what we can do. So like I was saying, we are going to trade away Carl Lawson. Where do we want to move him? Ooh, I think we found a good team right here. We're just going to be getting a 3rd round pick for Carl Lawson. I feel like that's valid. I was going to go 2nd, but I was like, that seems a little steep. I don't know. I'm bad at judging player trade value. Plus, I think Carl Lawson is in the last year of his deal, so I don't know if we could get as much for him because of that, but a 3rd round pick works. I'm fine with that. Clears up a lot of cap space too. Ooh, Jadeveon Clowney could be really fun. I mean, we don't need him, but he typically does really well in this game. What if we transition to a 3-4? I don't know where the hell we would put Jermaine Johnson though. That actually might not be a bad idea. We would have John Franklin Myers as a defensive end. I guess we would just move Jermaine Johnson to outside linebacker. Michael Clemens would be kind of a weird one because he's 270. Is Bradley Anai only 257? I thought he was bigger than that for some reason. And we really only have 2 linebackers on the roster, so do we do that? Or I don't know. Our defense was good last year. I don't want to fuck with it. If we were bad, I would consider that, but we were pretty good, so we'll just keep it how it is. Oh wait, and yeah, I completely forgot about the big question. Oh, I think Aaron Rodgers did retire. That's probably why we freed up so much cap space. Yeah, he did. That's realistic. I mean, he probably only wants to play 1 more year anyways, so I'm fine with that. We did have a few dev ups, obviously Jermaine Johnson, but I think Quinnen Williams went up a dev trait. I think he only had star, which is kind of surprising, but it is what it is. And then Garrett Wilson went up to superstar, which is definitely nice. I think Miko also went up. I think he only had normal, unless I'm crazy, which is possible, but yeah, I swore he only had normal. So few dev up there. You love to see it. In free agency, there isn't like anything I want to do, but that's typical for year 1 in rebuilds. We're just gonna go after Kaiser White, which he shouldn't really be here, I don't think. I think he signed a multi-year deal with the Cardinals. I don't know how long it was, but I would guess it was more than 1 year. I don't fucking know though. But yeah, we'll see if we can bring in Kaiser White, and it looks like he does sign. So absolutely massive free agency here. You love to see it. Oh shit, wait, I just realized this video is gonna be going out like the day of the draft. I'm recording this on Tuesday, so let me know down below who you want your team to take tonight. As a Seahawks fan, I'm hoping for good old Mr. Will Anderson. We'll see what they do. They're gonna do something stupid, I'm sure. I would also be cool with Jalen Carter, although a little scared. Anthony Richardson, I mean, he could be good, but Gino's probably gonna be around for at least another 2 years, so I mean, he wouldn't play for a long time. It would be a good future move, but right now I wouldn't really love it, but they might do that, honestly. I kind of think they will. We'll see, man. We'll see. Here in the draft, the Detroit Lions have the number 1 overall pick, which is interesting. Let's see who they take. They go Jalen Carter. Makes sense. I might go Bryce Young, but I understand it. The Bears go Will Anderson. No QBs in the top 2. The Colts land Bryce Young. The Vikings get CJ Stroud, which I guess he'll be a backup to start out, but I understand it. It's just weird to me that they took a QB, yet the Lions with the worst QB we didn't take Bryce Young. I don't know. Whatever. The Lions have another pick. Christian, that would be a fucking disgusting draft. Anyways, let's get to our pick. Anthony Richardson is here. I use him so much in rebuilds, though. I don't want to take him. Lucas Van Ness is still here. We don't really need any more defensive linemen. Kalijah Cansey could be fun, though. I haven't really used him much in rebuilds at all. He might have to be the move, because the duo of him and Quinnen Williams would be disgusting. The only other thing I was thinking of is maybe a tackle. Most of them are gone now anyways. We might as well just go like best player available. We could also go Brian Brzee, but let's take Kalijah Cansey, very good player out of Pittsburgh. I love that it always glitches their colleges. I hate Madden. Let's take him. He has normal dev? I'm gonna change that. I thought I gave him like a really good dev trait. That's why he was still available. Well, no, Lucas Van Ness was still available. He has a really good dev trait too. I don't know, that's weird. I swore I gave him a really good dev trait, but apparently not. But of course, no second round pick for us because that was in the Aaron Rodgers trade. However, one of the top tackles, well, not top tackles, he'll probably be available in this range, but Matt Bergeron is available here. Dwayne Brown, as you would have expected, did retire. We do have Max Mitchell still, but I think Matt Bergeron would be an upgrade there, so let's take him. He actually has hidden dev, 85 strength, decent speed and acceleration, looks like a good player, and will start for us day one. I don't know if that's a good thing, but it's a thing. With this pick, I know I take him a lot, but Kayshon Boutte is still available. Obviously very high upside player, just didn't really end up playing much at LSU, but when he did play, he looked very good, and then just kind of like stopped trying, as a lot of LSU players did, so I don't know. Let's take him. Of course, hidden dev as well. It also glitched his college, but really good speed, good jumping. Looks like a good player. Will probably just be like our 4th or 5th guy, though. And I really have no idea where he's gonna go in real life. I mean, he could go anywhere from like the 3rd round to undrafted. You never know. Here is a look at what we did in the draft. Obviously, Kalijah Cansey was our first pick. I did give him star dev. I forgot it would just straight up show it, but yeah, I gave him star. I feel like he's definitely deserving of that. Obviously, an athletic freak can easily develop, so I feel like that's valid. Matt Bergeron is a 67 overall, which is an upgrade. He will start this year. We'll see how he does. If he like sucks or anything, we will probably throw Max Mitchell back in there. I don't know. Kayshon Boutte is a 69 overall. Big nice there. Again, probably like our 4th or 5th receiver. And then we just took a ton of depth picks and Jake Moody, of course, the GOAT. I take him in like every draft now because I never re-signed the kickers year one. So overall, very good draft. I traded away a lot of the later picks, which does this team actually have like 1,000,000 6th round picks, or is Madden crazy? I don't know, but I didn't feel like messing with it because it's just what's in Madden, man. I don't know. Not to go on like a random rant or anything, but this game has been even more dog shit lately. I started a Minnesota Vikings rebuild because I wanted to do them with Trey Lance, but like at the end of year 2, we were in the playoffs and I tried to simulate the week and it like just stuck there for a second and I closed it out, and when I went back in there was just a locked symbol there. Like I couldn't simulate the week anymore. I tried to figure out what could fix it, and apparently there's no fix. Your franchise is just fucked for no reason. I tried to retire the coach and I thought it worked because the lock was gone, but I tried to simulate the week and it just froze again. Like I'll show it, hold on. Now watch it be fixed. No, yeah, it's still locked. I can't even click it now. Normally it would make a noise when I click it, but now I can't even click it. It doesn't do anything. This game is so bad. Apparently it's been happening to a lot more people lately, so maybe they'll at least notice it. I doubt they'll fix it because it's in franchise and franchise doesn't directly make them money, but I'm sure they at least know of its existence. They just don't care. I complain so much, I'm sorry, but I feel like it's valid. I don't feel like anyone blames me, but maybe. Oh god, of course the first team we're gonna be playing is the Vikings. Go fuck yourself, Madden. It's rubbing it in my face. Here's a look at the team heading into year number 2 of the rebuild. Obviously there is one major difference here. Good old MILF lover Zach Wilson is gonna be our starting QB this year. Again, I do think he is overhated. Well, no, he's pretty bad, but people act like he can't possibly work out like I was saying earlier, but he definitely could. He still has really high upside. It's just he's been pretty bad. And I think learning from Aaron Rodgers could definitely help. We'll see though. I'm not gonna say for sure that he will work out. He just could. And then the only other difference on offense here is we added Matt Bergeron. Dwayne Brown retired, which is unfortunate because he was pretty good. I guess he was the weakest link on our offensive line, so we'll see. And defensively, we made a few moves. We traded Carl Lawson away. We're going going to be starting Jermaine Johnson. We added Kalijah Cansey. We added Kaiser White. We added Miles Jack in the middle of the season, or at the beginning of the season. I just didn't show him on the team at the beginning of last year, so I guess that's technically a difference. I don't know. But overall, we're looking pretty good. Hopefully, some of these younger players can develop, but with that, let's get to the mid-season point of year number 2. All right, well, at the mid-season point of year number 2, we are sitting at 1-6. What's happening? What went wrong? Zach Wilson is what went wrong. 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns, 7 picks, 52% completion percentage. That's not great. The line is doing fucking terribly. Mekhi Becton went from amazing to horrible. Not even amazing to like decent or solid. He just went from like the absolute top to the absolute bottom. You love how realistic and consistent Madden is. I love it so much. Well, I think because we are so bad here, we're gonna make some trades. We're gonna be trading CJ Mosley. I just realized this is interdivision, but oh well. We're gonna be trading him to the Bills for a 3rd round pick. Older player, gonna try to get younger here. So I think that makes sense for both sides. Here we're gonna be trading Corey Davis for a 4th round pick. I don't know what would be fair for him, but that's what we're gonna take. Again, he's not super old, but he is 28, and I don't see him as a long-term option for this team. He's not really gonna develop you anymore, even if he has like a 1,500 yard, 15 touchdown season, because that's not how Madden works for some reason. Even if your players do amazing, if they're old, they can't develop. So we're sending him to the Chiefs and getting a 4th rounder in return. In last trade, we're gonna be trading CJ Uzomah to the Dolphins for a 5th round pick. I just realized this is another interdivision trade. I'm stupid, but oh well, it's not a major one or anything. It's literally a backup tight end. Who cares? Trades happen. Interdivision sometimes. But we do still have a decent amount of players here to re-sign. The first one and the biggest one being Quinnen Williams. Literally, because he is a defensive tackle. I'm hilarious. Let's go. I mean, we're not even going to be in the rebuild for 6 years, but 6 years, 141 mil. He takes it. Beautiful. Jordan Whitehead, we will re-sign. He actually had a breakout this year. I probably should have shown it, but he hit Star Dev, got 10,000 XP, so you love to see it. We'll offer him 3 years, 21 mil. No long-term, 3 years is a pretty long-term commitment for a player of your caliber, but fair enough. Bryce Hall isn't super interested, but I mean, this wouldn't be a bad contract. 6 years is really long, but only 43.8 mil. He doesn't want to re-sign either, but I mean, we have Michael Carter. We can find another corner. It wouldn't be the end of the world if we lost him. Everyone else here is just kind of depth or like lower level players. So with that, let's just get to the end of year number 2 and let's see how we can finish. So super quick, if you haven't already, be sure to drop a like and a sub. It helps out a ton. I would appreciate it very much. And if you've made it here, you've clearly enjoyed it at least a little bit. So, I mean, doing that will make sure you see more of my videos. And if you want to guarantee that you see my videos, as long as YouTube actually sends you the notification, turn on notifications and you can be one of the first people to ever see these videos. And of course, let me know what team to do next for a shout out whenever I pick your comment. But in year number 2, we went 5-12, missing the playoffs. This team isn't great, but it's not that bad. Good lord. So what was the problem? What went wrong here? Yeah, Zach Wilson was really bad. 3,900 yards, 27 touchdowns, 18 picks, 59% completion percentage. Not good. Breece Hall with 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, only 4.2 per carry, but that's not bad. Garrett Wilson led the team with 1,100 yards and 11 touchdowns. White girls shaking right now, 11-11. Almost 1,000 yards for Tyler Conklin. Okay. 6 touchdowns for him. Mecole with only 600, but 6 touchdowns. Kayshon Boutte as a rookie with 600 yards, 3 touchdowns. Not too great, honestly. Our tackle duo was dog shit. Mekhi Becton was horrible. Matt Bergeron was horrible. Laken Tomlinson was pretty bad. Elijah Vera Tucker was pretty bad. Connor McGovern was solid. So I was 100% right. It can go from like the best offensive line in the league to the worst within a year for no real reason. I mean, we lost Dwayne Brown, but he was like the worst player on our line anyways, so I don't fucking know. This game is stupid. Miles Jack led the team with 125 tackles. We had a shit ton of tackles for loss. In sacks, 16 from Quinnen Williams, 9.5 from Kalijah Cansey. What was our interior? Potential back-to-back defensive rookie of the years. We'll see. Jermaine Johnson and John Franklin Myers each had 7 sacks, and then interceptions, 3 for Bryce Hall, 2 for Sauce Gardner, Jordan Whitehead, and DJ DJ Reed and one for a few players. MVP goes to Lamar. No Jets up here, unsurprisingly. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Jonathan Taylor. No Jets. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Myles Garrett. Quinnen Williams all the way down at 10. I thought he would be like top 3. I guess we'll have to see what Myles Garrett did. Bryce Young wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Kayshon Boutte at number 5. Who the hell is this? I don't know who that is. Is that even a real player? It obviously censored his last name. Maybe it was like gay or something. I don't know. This game is stupid. Kalijah Kancey does win Defensive Rookie of the Year. There are lots of Colts in these awards. They had a really good draft apparently. But yeah, we do get back-to-back Defensive Rookie of the Years. So not a great year from the offense, but our defense was once again pretty good. Well, it was okay. We were 16th in terms of points per game. We had a terrible pass defense, but a really good run defense, which I would expect it to be the opposite, but hey, you do you, Madden. So we do have an upgrade here for Kalijah Kancey up to a 76, and he does go up to Superstar Dev, which is maybe what he should have to begin with because he's pretty raw right now, but does have a lot of upside, so I don't know. But he gets it here regardless. But in the Super Bowl, the Raiders take down the Eagles. That's a weird one. 28-24. Hopefully we'll see the Jets in one of those soon. We'll see. In terms of re-signings though, who do we want back? Bryce Hall did get Superstar Dev. Damn it, man. I really want him back now. Okay, well, up the money a little bit, and he doesn't take it. Damn. The tag is 21 mil. Not a chance. We'll offer player friendly to Jordan Whitehead. It's 4 years, 32.4 mil. He takes it. But I mean, we can replace Bryce Hall. He's been doing well for sure. Do I want to get him back? I kind of do. We'll see if we can get him in free agency because we have a shit ton of money to work with. Laken Tomlinson is really expensive and he was really bad last year. I'm going to cut him. It would save us 13 mil. He was really good year 1, but this last year he was just so bad. So does that mean we're going to have over 100 mil to work with in free agency? It does. 103 mil. God damn. Ooh, that would be fun. I don't think we're going to be able to get Justin Herbert. The Seahawks are really interested. We can't really match that offer. That's tough. Here's what we're going to be doing in free agency. The first move is going to be for Cam Curl. I don't really understand how this works because sometimes you can get a full 5 bars with the top offers thing, even if they have no interest in your team. And then sometimes you can't, even if you go very player friendly, it only goes up to 4. So I don't understand it. If you do, let me know. Maybe I'm just stupid, but I don't know. We're going to be going for Tua, turn the ball over. No, I think Tua's really underrated. I guess overhated is the better word because obviously gets like picked on for the concussions and all that kind of shit, which I think is super fucked up. Like concussions are a serious thing. People are stupid, man. But also he was really good when he played last year, when he was healthy. He was like a top 5 QB. And obviously he's been very good here. I mean, he's been up there for MVP both years. I can't wait for him to start sucking if we get him. I don't know if Jets fans are gonna like this because obviously he's a division rival, but I don't really care. It's my rebuild. I'll do what I want. We're also gonna be going after Isaiah Simmons. I don't know where we're gonna play him. I could play him at safety and sub linebacker. I could play him just at linebacker. We can really do whatever with him. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if we're gonna get him for sure. That's why I didn't go super hard because I didn't know what to do with him. We're only tied for the lead with the Patriots, but we'll see if we can get him. Bryce Hall doesn't have another offer, which is surprising because he's decent and has Superstar Dev, but we'll see if he resigns. And then Matt Hennessy to replace Laken Tomlinson, especially because Matt Hennessy is an elite name, of course. So let's see if any of these players sign. They literally all sign, and we get all 5 of them. Good lord. We're doing a lot of trading here, but we're going to be trading Zach Wilson to the, I almost said Jets, to the Commanders for a 4th round pick. I still think he would be worth something. I mean, it's not like he was bad last year for sure, but a 4th round pick isn't a lot to give up for a still young QB on his rookie contract, so I think this makes sense for both sides. It would have been fun to turn the MILF lover into a good QB, but there isn't really any reason to try and force it. Well, unfortunately, we gave the Green Bay Packers the number 2 overall pick, obviously with the Aaron Rodgers trade, so that's unfortunate. Let's see what they're going to do with that pick. Of course they go with the QB. Why wouldn't they? And he's probably going to be a 5-time MVP, 10-time All-Pro, 4-time Super Bowl champion. Can't wait to see that. But we have our first pick in the 2nd round, and what do we even want to do here? Oh, this tight end looks pretty nice. He's not a good blocker though, but that's fine. He's really fast. That would be a fun one. It's either that or we go with a tackle, but there are a lot of tackles. We might be able to find a good one in the 3rd round, I guess. Bradley Patterson looks good though. Well, his combine wasn't great. He has good agility scores. Oh yeah, he might be really good too. I mean, worst case scenario, we just roll out with Matt Bergeron at right tackle again, which might not be too bad. The tight end could be available in the 3rd round though, and even if we miss out on him, it looks like there are other solid guys here. Let's go with one of the tackles. I think I'm gonna go Bradley Patterson. He looks really good. Yeah, okay, Bradley Patterson. He's 6'6", 317, 22 years old, out of Kansas State. Overall looks good. His power isn't great, but that's fine. That's not our scheme anyways. His strength isn't great, as you would expect, because he isn't a very powerful guy, but he has elite change of direction, agility, and acceleration. Let's take him. Normal dev. Damn, okay. Yeah, strength isn't great, but good acceleration, good jumping, cool, and 69 speed. Nice. Now, hopefully that tight end is still available. We'll see. He probably won't be, but let's see. He is Terrence Ware. Okay, like I was saying, he's not a good blocker, but he is very fast, really good 3-cone and 20-yard shuttle. So elite agility too. He has really good catching stats, a short route running, 6'6", 240, only 22, out of LSU. Let's take him. Terrence Ware does have hidden dev. 87 speed, excel, also at an 87, 88 agility, and 69 strength. Let's go. He looks really small. Like, he looked like a receiver there. I guess 6'6", 240 isn't too thick. Pause. I don't know. I'm trying to decide if this Tyrell Kramer guy is actually good. He's decently fast. He ran a 4.63. It's nothing crazy. He has elite acceleration, which is interesting, but his awareness isn't great. He has decent coverage. I don't know. I can't tell. I'm just gonna take him. Normal dev, that might have been a throwaway of a pick. I don't know. We actually had a really nice draft considering we didn't even have a 1st round pick. So Bradley Patterson is a 73 overall, decent strength, really good lead block and impact block, good finesse player, is gonna start for us at right tackle, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully pretty well, hopefully better than last year. Terrence Ware is a 75 overall. He is a very good player. I think he's gonna start for us too. I think we got 2 starters with our first 2 picks, which is always a good thing. Tyrell Kramer, the linebacker, is only a 68 overall. That's about what I expected. I was hoping he could be better because he did have a few A to C ratings, but apparently they were all C's, so that's tough. And then the last pick I took was John Patterson, another Patterson in this draft class. Really good strength, decent tackling, even decent speed considering he's 6'6", well, I guess he's not massive, but that is big for a defensive tackle. But yeah, overall decent player, no pass rush to his game, just a pure run defender, but that's fine. He'll be a decent 3rd guy. And then the CPU took all these players. They actually took a decent QB, Randy Fowler. He'll be a good backup to have. No dev trait, but he's a decent player. It actually took a 71 overall corner, which is not bad. He's only 5'9", but decent player. And yeah, overall the CPU did alright. Took a few 69s, nice. Took some 68s as well, so I definitely can't complain too much about that draft. Here is a look at the team heading into year number 3 of the rebuild. Obviously, we'll see what we can get from Tua here. Wearing number 11, that's interesting. Why can't I not think of what number he wears in real life? Is it just 1? Yeah, it's 1. Okay, I'm bad with player numbers. I never remember them. But I am excited to see how he can do. We also drafted a new tight end, a new right tackle. Kayshon Boutte is going to be a starter, and he actually has superstar dev, so we'll try to get him as much playing time as we can. And then defensively here, we added a few players here too. Cam Curl, Isaiah Simmons. I feel like there was one more player we signed, but maybe I'm just stupid. But overall, I mean, this is a completely overhauled defense. It still has quite a few actual Jet players here, but it is very much improved. But with that, I'm really excited to get into the year, so let's see what we can do in year number 3. At the mid-season point of year number 3, we are only 4-3, which I say only. That's definitely better than it could be. I actually don't know why I said only. We're doing pretty well. I mean, as an 84 overall, the Ravens are better than us, and the 49ers are better than us, the Eagles, the Colts are the same overall, the Chiefs are better, Browns and Bucks have the same overall, so we're around like the 5th highest overall team right now, tied for like 5th or something. So yeah, I guess 4-3 is about valid. But we have some re-signings here. Mekhi Becton, how has he done this year? Because we might not re-sign him. Only 3 sacks allowed. I don't trust that, because I know as soon as I re-sign him, it will end up like last year, about 15 sacks. He'll get 12 in half a season somehow. But I don't really think we have much other choice. I mean, it's either him or we hope somebody's there in free agency. That might not be a bad move. We're not gonna re-sign him yet because he did play really poorly last year. DJ Reed didn't get a dev up at all. I'm kind of surprised he only has normal dev in this game, but 3 years, 36 mil is not bad. I'm not considering short. I mean, it was what, 3 years? You're already 27. That's until you're 30. That's not super short, but whatever. We also have Mecole Hardman in here, but he's already 26, so I don't know how much room for development there is there. Connor McGovern is here too. How has he done this year so far? Really well, and he's been overall really good in the rebuild, so I think we'll bring him back. It might be hard to because he's not interested, but 3 years, 26 mil. He's not interested. Wow. A lot of players have been rejecting us even if we're going like very player friendly. So I mean, with that, there isn't really much else for us to do here, so let's get to the end of year number 3. At the end of year number 3, we finish 8-9. Yikes. So what happened? Tua was okay, 4,200 yards, 31 touchdowns, 12 picks. Not a great completion percentage. If those touchdowns were higher, it would have been a good year, but I don't know. He just wasn't great, but he was better than Zach Wilson was, so we'll take that. Not that that's hard to do, but still. Breece Hall led the team with 1,400 yards, 4.6 yards per carry, 15 touchdowns, 10 touchdowns for Michael Carter as well. Garrett Wilson was 1 yard off from 1,500 with 15 touchdowns as well. Terrence Ware had 800 yards and 5 touchdowns, which, by the way, I checked the team, and he has X Factor. So hopefully he can develop throughout the next year into a good player. Kayshon Boutte had 700 yards, 5 touchdowns. Mecole Hardman only 600 yards, 1 touchdown. And then blocking, Mekhi Becton was fine, 10 touchdowns. Bradley Patterson was actually really good. Did I say 10 touchdowns? Holy shit, I'm tired. You know what I mean. 10 sacks allowed. Everything else here was good. Miles Jack led the team with 126 tackles, 109 for Isaiah Simmons. Tackles for loss, 14 led the team with Quinnen Williams, 13 for Cansey, and 13 for Jermaine Johnson. What the fuck? Hold on. Sacks, 14 for Quinnen Williams led the team, 11 for John Franklin Myers, 9.5 for Kalijah Cansey, and 1.5 for a goddamn starter in 1,065 snaps. Maybe we should look for a replacement there. That's terrible. What the hell? Okay, yeah, we might want a replacement. And then interceptions, 4 for Isaiah Simmons led the team. That was a good decision. Can't wait for him to randomly suck next year. 2 for Sauce Gardner, and then 1 for a lot of players. So what were the stats like? What was the problem? Our defense allowed a good amount of yards. We were 12th in points scored and points allowed. Okay, I don't know what to do with that information. Jalen Hurts wins MVP here. Oh, of course Brian George would be up there. Why wouldn't he be? At number 5, that's cool. I want to die. Jameis is the Falcons QB, but no Jets up here, obviously. Offensive player of the year goes to Joe Mixon. Garrett Wilson at 5. Defensive player of the year goes to TJ Watt. No Jets. Offensive rookie of the year goes to James Callaway of the Chargers. Terrence Ware at number 2. Wish he could have won that, but of course not. And then Darius Rushing of the Bengals at a 68 overall wins defensive rookie of the year. No Jets up there. So really disappointing year. I mean, we have a really good team already. It's just not performing. So I guess all we can really do now is get into the offseason and see what we can do. What can we do? I don't know. We already have a good team. It's just not doing shit. In the Super Bowl, the Browns take down the Falcons 36-34. That's interesting. Oh, we have an upgrade here for Garrett Wilson. He went up to X Factor, it looks like. He, at the very least, has been very good throughout the rebuild. Most of the team has been hit or miss, but Garrett Wilson never misses, I guess. I don't know. For re-signings, though, I know Mekhi Becton's gonna suck if we re-sign him. That's just how this game works, but, I mean, it's not like we really have another option. Well, we'll see who's available in free agency. If there isn't anyone better, then we'll just try to re-sign him. If we can't re-sign him, it would kind of suck, though, but he hasn't been good anyways, so it might not matter. DJ Reed will offer player-friendly 2 years, 27.6 mil. I don't remember what he said about the last contract. He re-signs. Okay, cool. Mecole Hardman, we could definitely upgrade. Connor McGovern's been good, but he's not interested at all. And then a lot of these players are just depth pieces. So let's get into the offseason and see see if we can upgrade this team. And actually, I want to check. Are there any cuts we can make? Not really. I wouldn't want to cut John Franklin Myers. It would be more expensive to offer him a new contract, so we're not going to do that. But in free agency, okay, yeah, Mekhi Becton is the only good free agent available. At tackle, at least. The Commanders are also interested. I hope we can get him back. If not, that would suck, but we'll see. So these are the players we're going to try to go for in free agency. The first one's going to be former Offensive Player of the Year now, Deontay Johnson. We obviously need a receiver. We don't have many needs, but receiver is definitely one of them. So we'll try to bring in someone that we know has been good in this simulation. The next one's going to be Mekhi Becton. I guess it's not the end of the world if we don't get him back because he hasn't been good anyways, but I'm just worried that whoever we try to replace him with is going to be even worse. I guess we'll just see. He was really good year one, but he was terrible last year, and then he wasn't great this last year, but players typically play better when they need a contract in real life too, so I guess it's kind of realistic, but especially in this game, and he still didn't do well, so I'm worried what he'll look like when he isn't playing for a contract. I don't know. And then the last one's going to be Jalen Phillips. We're obviously going to move him down to defensive end. I think he kind of fits the size profile at 260. I mean, that's decent. We want to upgrade over that 1.5 sack. 1.5 sacks? I guess that's what it would be from Jermaine Johnson last year, so we'll see if any of these players sign. They all sign except Jalen Phillips. We get Mekhi Becton, but we didn't get Deontay Johnson? What the fuck? We had a lead for Deontay Johnson, though. I've never seen that happen. What? I didn't know that. I thought if you have the lead, you're almost guaranteed to get the player. That's weird. Alright, and purely because I have no idea what to spend the rest of this money on, we're going to be going for both Kadarius Toney and Hunter Renfrow, just to ensure that we at least have a receiver. I would prefer Toney, but if we can't get him, Renfro's the same overall, won't develop quite as much because he's already 29, but it's only 1 year anyways. I don't know how much they're going to develop anyways, so it might be fine either way. And then we're also going to go for JC Horn. He'll be like our fourth corner, but again, might as well spend the money somewhere, so we're going to try it there. I'm worried we're not going to get Jalen Phillips, but we will try. So let's see if any of these players sign. They all sign with us, except for Jalen Phillips. Come on, bruh. Okay, well, I took his offer out and I put it up to very player friendly. It showed like a really full bar when I sent it, but it's still only 4 bars on there. I don't know. Let's see if he signs now. Okay, he finally does sign. So with that, the team should be looking pretty good. I wish we got Deontay Johnson, but it's not the end of the world. We'll be aight. Here we are in the draft. We have the number 16 overall pick, which is a little lower than I would have hoped for at 8 and 9, but it is what it is. The Rams have the number 1 overall pick, but I don't know what we're going to do here anyways, so I don't know that it really matters that we have a low pick. I don't know what to do. The main thing I was going to look for is either a center or a linebacker, but there aren't really super good players at either position. Chase Albright isn't a scheme fit, but he looks okay. His combine wasn't crazy. His finesse is bad, and that's our scheme, but his power's solid. He doesn't look that good. He really doesn't. If he was available in the second round for sure, but mid-first, I don't know. I mean, we don't really have many other choices. Let's just go Chase Albright. He does have hidden dev at least. I don't know if he's going to start because we did sign Drew Dahlman, but he'll at least compete, and if he's a decent overall, I'll just start him anyways. But yeah, I mean, we don't really have many needs at all. Barely any. So it's not a bad position to be in. I don't know why I focus scouted this guy, because we literally don't need a QB, but he looks really fucking good. He's available second to third round. He's only 21 years old. He ran a 4.55 at the combine. Oh my god. I might just take him for no reason. It's either that or we go with a linebacker that probably won't start anyways. So let's go with the fun, pointless pick of Ben Donnell. Fuck it. Normal dev. God damn it. But he might be a decent overall. We'll see. And you never know. We could work on a trade if he is decent. Ooh, I just took a linebacker and I didn't talk about it for some reason because I wasn't going to show it. But that guy might be good. Devin Miller, we'll see. He was really fast and had really good coverage and even decent tackling for a coverage linebacker. We'll see. Okay, I mean, yeah, we had a decent draft for sure. Chase Albright is a 72 overall. However, he's a 66 overall agile center. He's looking fucking 40 there. He looks super old. But he has really good lead block, impact block. He looks better than his overall shows, but it is what it is. Ben Donnell is a 72 overall, so he is a good player. I don't know what we're going to do with him. He could be good trade value, or Tua could be good trade value. We'll see. Devin Miller is a 70 overall. He obviously has the hidden dev, good speed. His coverage isn't as good as I expected, but that's typically the case with outside linebackers. linebackers because this game is stupid. And then it's just a lot of depth picks towards the bottom that the CPU made. So overall, decent draft, nothing crazy. But let's see what we can do in year number 4. Is it year number 4? I think it's the final year. I don't know. I'm recording this on a different day. This year and the end of the last year, I'm recording on a different day. I don't know. Wait, we have a wide receiver mentorship for Terrence Ware, our tight end from Hunter Renfrow? What the fuck? This is all sorts of weird. I don't know what to do about this. However you can help, sure. That's a weird one. 1200 XP for Terrence Ware. Cool. Alright. I don't think I've ever seen a receiver mentor a tight end in this game, but you learn something new every day, I guess. John Franklin Myers is from what college? Steven did what to Austin? What did he do? Here's a look at the team heading into the 4th and final year. Now, we have built a pretty strong roster here. It for sure could be better. I feel like we got a little unlucky throughout the rebuild, like Deontay Johnson rejecting us, just a few missed draft picks, but overall, we're looking really nice. And then here is a look at the defense. Obviously, we added Jalen Phillips. JC Horn will be our 4th corner. I could even start him, but Bryce Hall's been really good. Hey, I don't even think I mixed up Bryce and Breece Hall throughout the rebuild, so y'all better subscribe for that alone. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, this is a disgusting team. We have a group of John Franklin Myers, Quinnen Williams, Kalijah Cansey, and Jalen Phillips on the D-line, and Jermaine Johnson still. That's disgusting. I still need to rearrange the specialists, but I'll do that. But with that, I'll go to the midseason, but I will just see y'all at the midseason point. Wait, no, I think I said that entirely wrong. I'll go to the midseason, but I'll see y'all at the end of year number 4. Watching my videos back, it's insane how much I fuck up what I'm trying to say, but I think y'all know what I'm trying to say. At least I hope. Alright, y'all know why we're here. Here's a look at the team at the end of year number 4, but if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. Of course, trying to hit 120 likes on this video, hit 110 pretty easily on the last one, so be sure to like if you enjoy, and also trying to hit 3K by the end of the month. We're literally like 13 away as of the time of me recording this part, so be sure to do it. I would appreciate it very much. And of course, share with a friend you think might enjoy. But we're looking very nice here. We have Ware up to an 84 with morale, Garrett Wilson up to a 95, Quinnen up to a 99 overall with morale. This is a really, really good team. So you think we would be one of the best in the NFL, but we finished 10-7, which isn't bad, but I had to switch the offensive playbook at the midseason because we were literally 29th in the NFL with a 86 overall offense at the time, I think. So that's not great. And ironically, we're playing the Chiefs. That's whose offensive playbook I switched to. Tua was pretty bad. 4,200 yards, only 30 touchdowns, 14 picks. Not good. I'm not going to get him in a rebuild again, unless he's like the only option. Breece Hall had 1,300 yards, 4.9 yards per carry, 14 touchdowns. Garrett Wilson with 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns. Terrence Ware did hit 1,000 yards, only 6 touchdowns though. Hunter Renfrow with 700 yards. Kadarius Toney with only 600 yards. I don't know how the hell Hunter Renfrow got more yards than him, but whatever. Blocking was Mekhi Becton wasn't great. Bradley Patterson wasn't great, but the interior was solid for sure. Matt Hennessy was really good. And then defensively, Myles Jack led the team with 150 tackles. Our defense was on the field a lot. 120 for Simmons, 102 for DJ Reed, and 101 for Cam Curl. Good lord. Tackles for loss, 29 from Quinnen Williams, 20 from Jalen Phillips, 14 from John Franklin Myers, 13 from Kalijah Cansey. In sacks, our interior's been really good throughout the rebuild. Quinnen Williams with 20 sacks, Kalijah Cansey with 10, and then Jalen Phillips with only 6.5, and John Franklin Myers with only 5.5. Okay, hold on. Jermaine Johnson got a half a sack on the year. I guess it was only 267 snaps, but still. And in terms of interceptions, Sauce Gardner led the team with 4, 2 for Bryce Hall, Isaiah Simmons, Myles Jack, and JC Horn, and 1 for a few players. So yeah, our offense was pretty terrible. Tua's been pretty terrible, but our defense has been okay. I guess still underwhelming. This game sucks. Burn the game. Sell the game, please. Baker Mayfield wins MVP. Sell the franchise, please. I'm begging you. Let another company run an NFL game. A 74 overall player wins MVP here. That's great. That's awesome. Offensive player of the year goes to Josh Jacobs, Breece Hall at number 7. Defensive player of the year goes to Myles Garrett, Quinnen Williams at 2. I don't know how the hell he didn't win it. Keelan Fitzsimmons of the Raiders wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. No Jets. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Terrence Vernon of the Patriots. No Jets. I don't think we had anybody at skill positions or anywhere on defense that was starting as a rookie, so that's fine. But in the playoffs here, we're going to be taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. We have a weak link scenario. I haven't seen one of these in a while. I guess I did in the last rebuild, but before then, I haven't seen one in a long time. Let's go for create pressure. I guess that's what we've been doing pretty consistently. Beat the Chiefs and get 3+ sacks on defense. I mean, their offensive line isn't good in real life. We'll see what it does here. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not great. They definitely have their holes. Pause. But let's jump in here against Kansas City. We're the same overall. We have a home game. If we lose, I wouldn't complain too much, but also I feel like we should have had a better record to begin with. So I don't know. Whatever. Here we go in the wild card against Kansas City. A home game for us, of course. But let's get this game underway and see how we can do. If we win, it'll be a miracle, but hey, there's a chance, I guess. We go up early 7-0, now 14-0. The Chiefs do finally score, but we're up 14-7. They get a field goal, we're up 14-10 going into half. They get a touchdown, though, to take the lead, but we get a field goal to tie the game. It is tied 17-17. I just got flashbanged. I don't know what that was, but they get a touchdown to take the lead. They kick a field goal, and they take us out in the wild card, because of course they do. God, Tua sucks. Holy shit. But of course, that is the end of today's rebuild. Again, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that stuff. Let me know what team to do next, most importantly, for a shout out in the next video. But I really hope you enjoyed. I didn't enjoy this because Madden sucks, but I enjoyed making the video at least. I don't know how that makes sense because the video is centered around the game, but you know what I mean. But I'm sorry for no video on Tuesday. Madden, again, just sucks and corrupted the franchise I was working on, so expect hopefully another one out on Sunday around 2 p.m. Eastern. Nope, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. But again, I hope y'all enjoyed, and with that, I'll see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.